What is going on, guys? Corrosive Bullet here, and today we are going to be breaking down the blue archetype going into set 6 of Fusion World. And joining me today, I have both Phil Plays TCG and Tarmo Tim. What is up, guys?
Well, hello.
What's up, pal? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, Phil, you are resident blue player, and Tarmo, you told me you're most excited for blue, so I figured it was... I figured it was good to get both of you guys on today to talk about Kid Goku and what he's doing.
Hell yeah.
I am just so excited we finally have Dragon Ball.
Oh, yeah. Not just one, but two. We got two.
I know, right?
It's crazy.
This is great.
That's more OG representation. That's more OG representation than we probably ever get in like any of the mobile games. Like we don't even really have OG Dragon Ball and Spark and Zero, so really cool that we're getting double the trouble, I guess.
Agreed. You couldn't have said it any better.
So, all right, so let's get into it. So we got our leader. It's Son Goku Childhood, standard leader on the front side. On the back side, though, he draws when he swings, but then he has an activate main where once per turn, you discard one card from your hand, and then during this turn, the next time you use an extra with an original cost of 2 or less, you don't have to pay the cost. So I think, I mean, just based off what this ability is doing compared to another blue leader out there, go on. I think this guy's just better.
This is the way you make a generic blue leader that cares about extras. This is just it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad.
I mean, like you made a good point that it gave me Ultimate Gohan vibes, but like it's so far my testing it is just a better version of that. But I wish it had a more like blanket effect across all extras instead of limiting it to just 2 costs or less extras, but I can see what they were going for with this.
Yeah.
If it played any extra, it would be insane.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying like make like any extra, but like reduce the cost of like any extra on your board would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah, like just having a blanket cost reduction on extras would have been fine too, without the need to discard. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, and for Gohan enjoyers, I mean, Gohan, it's not that I don't like Gohan, it's the fact that Gohan wants to do like a very specific thing. Which usually with any deck that wants to do a very specific thing, it's usually limited in terms of how you can kind of build that deck. Whereas with this, because of the effect being so generic, just restrictive in its cost, it's actually a lot more feasible and a lot more runnable. Just from a generic deck building standpoint.
Yes, and I'm so glad that it's not archetype locked. So it's not like Gohan where it has to be like Earthling and Saiyan, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That it's just any extra. So it's not even like World Tournament. It's just anything. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The thing with this though is that oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. You're good.
Well, I was gonna say like this one is definitely not as restrictive as Gohan, but it does restrict in a way that, you know, like what cards you are able to use, because we didn't get a whole lot of 2 cost or less blue extras in this game until this set. Like we had them, you know, we had, you know, Gallic Gun and a lot, you know, that's like the best, or oh, sorry, Gallic Gun, Final Hope Slash, but we didn't get a whole lot of 2 cost extras, but this set just has so many of them and they're actually really good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All around solid leader.
Some of the best extras are blue, so
Yep, it's true.
Kind of the perfect color for this.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So let's get into the archetype of what this game or what this deck is trying to do. So we have Announcer, Earthling World Tournament, 1 cost, 5k power, 5k combo. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 non-announcer card with a cost of 4 or less and World Tournament in its special traits and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the owner's deck in the random order.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is good. You play this. You put this in the deck.
Yeah.
Are we giving cards like grades at all or no?
I don't usually do grades now. I just kind of do it. Is it good? Is it mid? Is it bad? Like that's usually how I kind of rank them.
Yeah, this is like.
I mean,
upper
this
mid.
really, yeah, like this hits pretty much everything that you're going to be primarily running in this deck, except for one card, which I'll get to. Like, I mean, we're going to look at later, but like, I have a bit of a problem with with that card. But yeah, this just pretty much hits everything that you're going to be playing in the deck. So yeah, it's good. It's awesome.
Are there anything? Is there anything greater than 4 besides the super combo?
Secret
No,
rare.
right?
Yeah, secret rare.
No, the secret rare is not World Tournament, so that.
Oh, that's true. That's saying only, yeah.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay, sorry,
this hits
I
everything.
swore, but it's also like, well, like, speaking of the secret rare, why does the secret rare not have the World Tournament tag when the whole thing is just World Tournament? Especially the alternate art version has all the competitors of the World Tournament.
The way I guess we'll jump ahead just a little bit, just so we can kind of talk about it. But I look at it as like, so for me it's like we'll talk about this in a second, but the way I kind of look at this is like the artwork for it is basically like from before they started the World Tournament. So
Yeah, but then why is launch a World Tournament, right?
yeah, well, and then you also
But then
you also have the alt art. Yeah, the alt art here.
Right, and they're all
So-
there now. But it's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yep, just is
Yeah,
what it
It's a
is.
little nitpick.
Saiyan only synergies that we're gonna see later, and we're gonna be thankful that it's Saiyan only.
Yeah,
But who knows?
but yeah,
That
so
could be it.
so that's him. As far as the announcer goes, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of searchers, so I would say under normal circumstances this is mid, but for the archetype that it wants you to search for, and considering that there are other searchers in this game that just do a lot less than what this searcher does, like it's all right. This is okay. This is an okay searcher.
I love cantrips, and it's an Earthling. Pick it back up.
Next we
Yeah,
got
there you go.
Giran. One of those two. Jiren. No, not Jiren. 1 cost, 5k power, 10k combo. On play, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area with a cost of 1 or less and place it at the bottom of the deck. It's World Tournament Zamasu.
It's a strictly better Zamasu though, because it's an Earthling. Like this card's great.
That's true. Pilaf can grab this.
Long live Pilaf.
Play Pilaf, grab Giran.
Yeah, this is so good. Like that's like the one reason why I don't put Zamasu in my deck, because Pilaf can't pick it up. Now it can.
That's
so, like,
yep.
This is great.
Yep. You know what? Now that you kind of put that into perspective, yeah, this is much better than the Zamasu card. It's so much better.
Yep.
Yeah.
This will now be like the generic card that people play in every blue deck.
Yep.
Awesome.
So good.
That's really
So good.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, next we got 2 cost Krillin. 20k power, 0 combo. On play, discard 1 extra from your hand. If your leader has World Tournament in its special traits, draw 2 cards.
Oh.
I mean, I tried using this card in a couple practice games. It never came out. And whenever I got a chance to play it, it just never felt good. And so it mostly just became charge fodder. I think its ability is solid, but like, it's just one of those. The 0 combo hurts because this deck, a lot of this archetype is 0 combo power, and you really have to pick and choose what cards you want to put in here, because if you put too many extras or too many 0 cost combos, you're just asking for a bad time. I think this card is neat, but as of right now, I don't think it's worth running.
I can see it to an extent. Go ahead, Tim. You can go.
No, I just feel like the opportunity cost is just way too high. Like, you just don't want to put this in your deck because you have better 2s, and then drawing this late just feels horrible. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably running a lot of extras in this deck. And the way I kind of see this is like maybe you play this early game to cycle your hand out. You're basically replacing this guy in hand with hopefully something with combo, and then you're removing an extra that you can't really use in the early game that you can pick up later with another card that we'll talk about, while also replacing, while also replacing the extra there. Like, it's basically just a 2 cost recycler for the early game. I'd say you probably wouldn't run more than 2 of this in the deck just because it has no combo power, but I could see its use.
I also like how all Krillins kind of do the same thing. Like the green 2-drop Krillin is a 0 combo and it grabs 18s. And just like this kind of feels like that. So maybe this is better than I think. Because that card was better than I thought.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, if you see it on curve, it's wonderful.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on one sec, guys. I'll check it then. I'll take a look.
Bandai's telling him to say nice things about Krillin.
All right. Restarting the record. I'm just gonna go right into the. I got interrupted by family, so we're just gonna go right into the. We'll just switch over to the next card and start talking about that. But
Okay.
hitting record in 3, 2, 1. All right. So then next we have Jackie Chun, 3 cost, 25k power, 5k combo, Self Awakener on play. And then at the end of your turn, if you use an extra card with an original cost of 1 or more during this turn, draw 1 card.
Jackie.
I think it's a great.
Thing.
Yeah, I think this is a great card for this
Yeah,
set.
that's awesome.
Especially after you're awakened. After you're awakened, if you're discarding cards, this card alone basically allows you to replace that card in hand at the end of your turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I love
in my
that it
training.
takes to life too. So when you're at 5 and you play this, it just feels so good because you awaken and then you play
Oh,
the
yeah.
extra. Just this card's great.
Yeah.
In my testing I did yesterday, this card was an MVP. I was constantly drawing a card at the end of every turn, and at one point I even had 2 of these on board, so I was drawing 2 cards per turn,
Yikes.
and it felt really good.
And he's a generic card too. He's a blue Earthling, so Videl can pick him back up if needed.
That's true.
Um,
Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, and yeah, just generic. You can probably run this in most blue decks and not really have an issue with it. You're probably limited to a degree because you have to use an extra card to get the draw at the end of the turn, and not every blue deck is playing an extra every turn. So your mileage may vary, I guess, depending on the deck you run it in. But
2-drop Vegeta can also pick him up.
2-drop Vegeta.
Yeah, from the last set.
oh yeah, you're number 1 Vegeta.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right.
This
Well,
card's
like-
good.
Yeah, I don't know how well it would work generically, but I do see where you're coming from, because imagine like playing a Galagun offensively and then just being able to draw off Galagun and then also getting to draw off of this card's ability at the end of turn.
Yeah, it seems
They
insane.
did.
Yeah. Because that's
This card's really good.
Because at least I think most, if not all, decks are basically running Gallic Gun to an extent, and like that alone like gives you so much value because it replaces itself in hand. So you're basically plus 1ing in any other deck normally with this card on board. So that's pretty strong.
Also, I want to make a quick
Now-
note here on this alt art.
Yeah.
I love how they're making the text box smaller now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should just put that on every card. Like, why do we have a massive text box with like little text? This is perfect. Do this.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
because like look at all that empty space.
Yeah. Just give us more art.
Like I think for like the standard arts, I think this is fine. It is what it's like all you're missing out on is his feet. And do we really want to see Jackie Chun's feet? I mean, that's
Absolutely.
depends on the person, I guess. But no, yeah, that's a great change that they have.
Ooh, one thing more with this card though. Sleepy. This card with Sleepy Boy technique that obviously we'll see later. Goated. Love it.
I don't actually know what that does.
We shall see.
We'll get there.
All right, next up, we got Son Goku Childhood, 3 cost, 25k power, 0 combo, who's a Self Awakener and a crit.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I thought this was really good at first, but when I was testing it out, I just only got to play it maybe like once, and then I immediately took it out of the deck after that game.
yeah, I see this guy like Krillin. Being a 0 combo hurts this card more than it helps. I could see like a fringe opportunity where like this is like your backup Self Awakener on turn 3. But that's more or less like his whole value.
Yeah, like the crit is great, but that's really its only saving grace. It's a vanilla static. It's almost a vanilla static card with Self Awakening and crit, but the zero combo would just hurts so bad.
Yeah, they overvalued the crit, I think, on this. If this was just a Self Awakener with 5k, I feel like it would just instantly be better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it's probably just could have like just been a 25k, 5k combo 3-drop with crit and just make the on play mandatory.
Oh yeah, like you like force
Do
it.
that instead.
Yeah.
It's so much better.
Yep.
I could agree with that. All right, then we got our one-haired boy.
Chiaotzu.
I love this.
So Chiaotzu, 3 cost, 20k power, 10k combo, Self Awakener on play, and then activate main once per turn. You discard 1 extra from your hand. Choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 4 or less in your opponent's battle area, and it cannot attack during your opponent's next turn. When I initially saw this card, I wasn't 100% sold on it just because it's a 3 cost, and usually 3 costs are relatively easy to remove in this game. The fact you have to discard an extra in order to do the freeze down when your leader is already kind of discarding extras. It feels just a little bad to have to go -2 on an awakened turn with this to get to freeze a 4 or less down. But after seeing that there's like some support where you can actually like rotate, there's an extra card that allows you to rotate your 3 costs around from your hand to your board. I feel like there is some levity to this card after seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, I run it as a 3 of because the 10k helps a lot, and is like almost every blue card in this set is a Self Awakener, which is awesome. But the discarding 1 extra from your hand to use the ability is cool. You can just trash something that you can pick up later on. Late game, this really doesn't do anything, which is the sad part.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I did our red breakdown with Uni yesterday, and we were talking about because there were some cards for the Diamond deck that have like the same like, oh, discard 1 card to get the effect to go off. The one thing that blue has over red is that it is able to get its hand back up to snuff relatively easier than red is able to. So I think the discard on this is a bit better just because it is in blue. But yeah, it's I would say that you're probably getting some mileage in the early to mid game with this, and you're probably, once you start seeing 5 costs and 6 costs like almost every turn, like that's where this could be a little unusable.
You know, it's just a combo meat shield.
Yeah, I think this card's perfectly fine.
So yeah,
10k combos are good.
can't go wrong with 10k combos.
Oh yeah.
Then we got, I love this card, Tien Shinhan SR, 4 cost, 30k power, 0 combo, crit, on play, add up to 2 total extras with different card names from your drop to your hand. This is going to be like an instant run in a lot of blue decks.
This card's insane. Yeah, this card's great.
Yeah, absolutely nut. Like absolutely nutty.
And the crit just matters so much here.
Oh yeah, like 30k crit is not hard to get over, but it's annoying to get over. And so you have to answer it. And just like, again, like decks that rely a lot on extras really do just benefit from this card. Like I wish in my locals yesterday that I had this card in my Zamasu deck, because that would have changed my final match in my locals like completely.
Yeah.
Amasu can run this awesome. Goku Black can run this, you know, incredibly well. It's just so good. And this artwork, chef's kiss.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, I want to see what the foil looks like with that, because the color, I will say the color gradient that they've been using on all of these alt arts have been like fantastic. I want to see what the foil looks like.
Now, with how many like copies would you typically want to run? Because right now, right now in the deck that I'm testing out, I started with 4, and now I'm down to 3, because once again, 0 combo power seems to be a running theme in this this archetype. A lot of cards just don't have any combo power. They have great abilities, but no combo power, which is real bad. But I think 3 is a pretty solid number for this guy, at least for now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm playing 4 and proven otherwise.
Yeah, I'm starting at.
Oh damn.
I think I'm starting at 2 for like my decks that aren't. I haven't figured out the consistency for this deck in particular, but like I'm running 2 in like a in a Zamasu build, and I'm basically utilizing 6 cost Goku Black to get this guy from drop if I need to.
Hell yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I need extras to help control the board early game to mid game. So I play this guy to get extras back, and then if I need to get extras back later in the game, then I basically pull this guy and play this guy off Goku Black. So
Yeah,
really,
that's another thing. I think Goku Black would play really well in this Goku as well.
because like
Stop
yeah.
I am running one build right now.
Yeah, there you go.
So all right, yeah, Tien's a cool card. Then we got Nam. 3 costs, 20k power, 10k combo. On play, he self-awakens, and then if this card was played by a skill, draw 1 card. So for me, I was hoping that there would be like multiple ways to like free play this guy out. Unfortunately, that did not end up being the case. His only means of being played out by skill is an extra card, and that
Okay, I was gonna ask.
yeah, that and the extra card's like very situational.
Okay.
Like the extra card is basically like built around this card, but the card itself works with like every like 3 costs. So like the extra has more utility than this card does, which is a little weird to me. But I mean that's still cool. Like he self awakens and then so replaces himself in hand, and then if you're able to free play him out with an ability, then you're getting a +1. So that's cool.
Yeah.
If that's the case, they should have given you more if you play it out with the extra instead of just 1 card.
I'm assuming, yeah.
You're using 2 cards to make like a combo where all you do is like draw 1, because it does the extra card does specifically say 1 blue card, so you can't even bounce something on your opponent's board to play this. That would have been absolutely busted, but I haven't even run this card in any of my builds yet. It just kind of seems lackluster.
You know, that's actually a good point, Phil. Like that, we'll get to the extra card in a sec, but like that extra card would have been a lot better, like a lot more thematic to what that whole technique is than what it actually does.
Right.
Like I'm with you there. That's what the extra should have done.
I'm excited to see this extra card now.
But yeah, I mean it's an okay card. There's only like 1 means of being able to play this to get the full effect, and that's really kind of it. I mean, I guess you could play this off 6 cost Goku Black if you're running it in this deck.
Boy.
But,
oh my god. He's a madman.
Going on to the next, we got Bacterian. Gross. One cost, 15k power, 10k combo. He's just a vanilla.
Just a strictly
yeah.
better Goten.
Get out.
All right, then we got a 1 cost Bulma, 5k power, 5k combo. On play, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, reveal 1 extra with a cost of 2 or less, add it to your hand, place it at the bottom of their owner's deck in a random order. It's mid.
Yeah,
like it.
not liking this.
I like this card.
What?
Explain,
I'm
sir.
gonna need you to do your homework.
Well, it has Bulma on it.
I will say, yeah, like even though like this isn't like really like Toriyama styled art, like I do like the artwork for this. I will
It's good.
yeah,
It's good.
it looks pretty good.
Yeah, you know, for
I mean, 7 cards is a lot, and this is probably picking up Final Hope Slash, or one of the new ones, and like it's an Earthling.
Oh no.
I don't know. I think it's pretty decent.
I just hate like I said, I hate searchers that have a very heavy restriction in what you're able to look for. The fact that it needs to be an extra, it's 1 extra in your top 7. So like it's going to feel really bad when you play this card and you find an extra, but you lose 2 super combos off of this.
Yep. Or one of your boss monsters.
Or one. Yep.
God forbid you look at the top 7 and there's nothing.
But that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant though, because like that's not really how that works. Like that's not how probability works. So it doesn't really matter. Like now you just have more information of what's on the bottom of your deck, whereas otherwise you just wouldn't have that information.
I mean, sure, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt less because of that.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant. I get that it hurts. Like, that feels bad when you put them on the bottom, but like that doesn't change the actual probability. I don't know.
You're gonna
I like searchers.
you're gonna lose those cards and you're gonna like it. No, I get
those cards are.
I get
helping you.
I get where you're coming from. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of searcher. I'm fine with standard searchers. Like these extra searchers like feel rough for me. It's
The
just
thing is, if I'm playing the other searcher, I'm gonna want to put this also in the deck because that finds this.
I mean, yes, but like why I like the announcer more is that it will grab any 4-cost or lower World Tournament card, which is going to grab extras and battle cards, while this one is solely just extras. But even then, it limits it down to 1. If this grabbed any extra card, that would be way better. But the fact that you're only grabbing 2 or less, sure, yeah, this deck runs a whole lot of those new 2-cost or less extras, but imagine if you could use this and grab a copy of Absolute Lightning or Sinister Sickle or any of those 3-cost or more.
Yeah, but I'm probably playing those.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll always reference why I don't like searchers, and it'll be due to the fact that when Green Vegeta came out, I'll make this real quick so we can continue on. But when Green Vegeta came out, it was like one of the first couple times that I played the deck, and I couldn't find my field, but I was able to draw like 3 of my like field searcher Vegetas. I literally played that 3 turns in a row, went through 30 cards, and didn't find a single field off of that card.
Oh man, you just gotta be better.
Yeah,
at the
that
game.
Yeah, I just gotta be better at the game. That's it. My bad. But yeah, no. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like being able to find your extras in a deck that's very extra heavy, it makes sense to run this in a deck like this. I'm just not gonna like playing it. So, to each their own. Cool art though.
I mean, there definitely will be some reason to run this in some deck, but I just haven't seen it yet.
Yep, time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see what people do with the regionals and on the client and everything. I bet we're all excited about this card.
Yeah.
I have not seen this yet. Hold up.
All right, so Vegeta Mini Daima, 5 cost, 35k power, 0 combo. On play, if your leader is Vegeta Mini Daima, draw 3 cards. Then choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area. Reduce its cost by 5 for the turn.
Okay, hold up. You just draw 3?
You just draw
Draw
3.
3?
Yes.
Yep.
So you're pot agreeing this guy. Like,
That's insane.
so this is not even. So first off, I'll preface by the fact that this is not the only Daima Vegeta support that deck is getting. This card is fantastic for what Daima Vegeta wants to do, especially with how easily Blue is able to get up to like 8 energy, making his leader skill a lot more viable. It reduces cost by 5, so that's all of your big players in the game. That's your UI Goku secret rare. That's the new Gogeta in black. That's you're probably not getting rid of any of the new Brolys, but you can do some stuff. You can do stuff in Namek Goku with this. There's so much that this actually does for the deck, and it really does just kind of attest to the fact, like, look at the support that Daima Vegeta needed. Look at how much power creep was needed for this card to help Vegeta.
This is great. Like this is like potentially a 4 for 1. This is great.
Yeah, this card's awesome. I love this card.
Yeah.
I
Imagine if it wasn't
4
locked,
cards
mini
by
Vegeta.
playing this. Like if you're on 6 energy, you are literally up 4 cards by playing this. This is great.
yeah.
It's so good.
And it's not even the only support card for him. So we'll get to the next one later. The next one's
That
just
makes you think. Sorry, that kind of makes you think. Did they release the blue starter deck too early?
they could have maybe.
100%.
I
Was
think
that an
like-
accident? Did they accidentally release it when they shouldn't have? I don't know.
like
This is great.
Maybe they saw like all the people talking shit about Daima Vegeta and how like it's always been like the worst deck in every tier list, and they're just like, you know what? We're giving it the best support of any previous leader ever. And now we're getting 2 cards that absolutely make the deck somewhat viable, and that's awesome.
so. I guess while we're talking about it, I'll just bring up the other card. Blue also gets a promo, and the promo is more support for Daima Vegeta. So we got 4-cost Daima Vegeta, Ultra Vegeta 1, and he's a 30k swinger, 5k combo. On play, if your leader is Vegeta Mini Daima, choose all battle cards in your opponent's battle area and reduce their cost by 3. Then when attacking, when you're attacking, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area with a cost of 1 or less and bottom deck it.
Wow, they don't normally print cards that are even on energy. Like normally when you play a 4, you get to kill a 3. This is you play a 4, you kill a 4.
Yeah.
They normally don't do that. That's so good.
Yeah, and if you're able to keep this guy on board, like this effect just like basically you play this on turn 4, you play another one on turn 5, you minus everything again down to potentially 1 or 2, and then you're bottom decking a 1 cost twice.
3 because you got leader too.
And your leader, yeah.
That's so good.
Like I
Get
think.
ready for all the mini Vegetas coming on the client, yo.
Yep, I think both of these cards are fantastic for the Daima Vegeta leader. I think both of these cards, with a lot of the generic blue support that the game is just giving, that gives blue anyway, I think Daima Vegeta will finally actually be playable. Whether he'll be competitive or not, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he'll be able to really do anything to like the best decks in the format, but he's definitely I think he'll definitely stand out now. So, which is pretty cool.
Agreed.
I'm
This
gonna
is
say
gonna be so
yes.
good.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be very competitive. Just by looking at these cards for the last 2 minutes, I'm gonna say yes.
I hope so. Like he needs love, so I'm all for it.
From the bottom to the top.
All right, continuing on, we got 2-cost Yamcha, 20k power, 5k combo, Self-Awakener on play. Then he has an activate battle on your turn once per turn. If you use an extra card with an original cost of 1 or more during this turn, this card in a battle area gets 10,000 power for the battle. I think what's cool is that it's for this turn, not this battle. So you can utilize an extra with any of your other battle cards or your leader, and this guy just gets the 10,000.
Oh, you're right.
So, question, because I was actually talking to my brother about this and how it seems like this set in particular, Bandai doesn't. How do I phrase this? When I read this, it says if you use an extra with a cost of 1 or more this turn, not used, like in past tense. They're using the present tense term, which makes me feel like there are going to be some people that are going to nitpick and say, oh, this only triggers if you use an extra during this battle, because it's triggering on swing, or sorry, during the activate battle step.
Yeah, but it also says
feel like-
during this turn.
Yeah, I think that during this turn would completely shut that argument out.
Yeah.
Right.
If it said for this if it said for this battle, I would see like the argument for it. But because it says during this turn and it's for the turn,
I think that makes sense. I just know like some people have been, and maybe it's just a nitpick thing on my part too, because I'm kind of odd like that. Like, there's a lot of cards in this set that use like the wrong term for use, or they're using like they're either using the present term when they should be using the past term. I don't know, it's weird, but like this card's decent. I'm actually going to be running it in the new build for Kidku that I'm going to be working on, because it seems legit. It's actually got combo power, for once.
yeah. I think I will say the wording is a little weird though, because it is an activate battle and it is on your turn, and he gets the 10,000 for the turn. Like, I feel like it should just be 10,000 for the battle, as opposed.
Right.
Maybe this matters. I'm not sure if there's anything that cares about this, but like you can attack with leader use your extra and then activate Yamcha on your leader attacking. Like I don't know if attacking for like you have to be 30 when you attack, like something.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
that's
This guy
fine.
doesn't. Yeah, this guy doesn't need to be in the battle. Something else can be in the battle to activate this.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to matter, but it's something you can do.
Yeah, it's the wording is just a little strange, just for the context of what the ability actually does. But I mean, this is a great card.
I think it's pretty
Oh yeah.
All right, going on to launch being the super combo. I mean, we're
That's the super combo of all time.
we're starting. We're getting to the point where I mean, we got Marin in the starter in the Daima Vegeta deck. So we're starting to see like more like means of like cantrips that isn't just draw a card. They do like something else. So I'm waiting for the day where super combos also do that. Kind of like in Masters. Like there were certain super combos that had different effects.
There really needs to be at this point. Like we're already going into set 6, and every super combo does the exact same thing. Like tags don't matter because they raise the cost of the the cost of super combos is just so high. You can't recur them, you can't search them. There needs to be more of a reason to run a particular super combo other than, hey, I like this character, so I'm gonna run that super.
Yeah, there's basically 2 cards in the entire game in 2 different colors that are able to search and pick up super combos, and none of them are in blue. So it's like the fact that we keep getting like a bunch of super combos that are just super combos and nothing like unique to them, like really just feels like pointless entries in the deck or in the booster set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also,
There's
something
no reason.
that feels off to me. I don't know if you feel the same way.
What's that?
I don't know. She just looks weird.
This
Something about the art doesn't look right.
it looks like
It doesn't look neat.
is she blushing there? Like is this where she's like flirting with Tien? Like is this where the obsession starts, or is this like her cheering in the sidelines during Goku's matches? I need to see the reference material for this particular.
Also, when I think of launch, I feel like she needs to be more buff than just those noodle arms.
Right. I think this is her reaction when she found out that Akira Toriyama forgot she existed.
That's gotta be it.
Man, he's been gone a year, man. It's too soon.
Rest in peace to a legend.
Then we got Ronfon, 1 cost, 10k combo, 10k power, 5k combo. Activate main once per turn. If your leader is Son Goku Childhood, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and reduce its cost for 1. Wasn't there a? This is basically like the 1 cost. What is it? The 1 cost Bulma, the 1 cost Mai. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is you can do this every turn.
Yeah.
Mai's on play.
And it can't be Weast. Turn 1. So that's important.
That's true. You're right.
How often are we bottom decking? I know we got some bottom decking cards in this set, but like how often are we bottom decking to get like a lot of value from this?
So my first thought is you play this to bounce 3s with Final Hope Slash. But I don't know. This seems kind of bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say like to answer your question, like how often are we bouncing in the decks that I've been building? Pretty frequently, but I just never really felt like there was ever a good time to run this card or play it. Like, sure, you could play this on your turn 1, but then your opponent, which with the huge amount of cards that just bottom deck a 1 cost or
KO's a 1 cost, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it never felt good to play on turn 1, and then by the time you really want to use it, you're just wasting an extra energy to play it. When I just feel like there's better options. So
yeah.
I don't even run this card in any of the recent builds that I've been doing.
I mean, we've seen some decks and some cards from like old sets that are getting some use nowadays. So I think some of these cards, their time will come eventually, probably. But as of right now, probably not now.
It's specifically if your leader is Goku Childhood. So right now, this card is only usable with 1 leader.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate. If it had
necessary.
Right. It really didn't need to be leader locked.
Yeah. We'll just run the 1 cost Mai instead.
Yeah. Exactly. Waifu anyway.
All right, now we're gonna start getting into the extras. So we got merry-go-round gum, 2 cost. Activate main, draw 2 cards, then discard 1 from your hand. Then choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and reduce its cost by 2 for the turn. So you're paying 2 to minus by 2, and it's not really a real draw 2. It's you're replacing this in hand, and then you're replacing the card you discard. So it's a cycler.
So, if I may, I think this card's pretty good. I initially ran it at 2, but then I buffed it up to 3 of, and in a lot of my builds, it put in some work. You know, how I want to look at it is, yeah, you're paying 2 to draw 2 and discard 1, so you're, seeing more of your deck, and then being able to lower something on the board by 2. It works well with another extra that we'll probably be seeing very soon. That was always my big thing, is with this card and that extra, which I'll just come out and say, it's Sleepy Boy technique. These two in combination worked really well together, but then you could also use your leader ability to discard a card to play this for free, to draw 2. So yeah, you're kind of netting yourself like even, or like worst case by 1.
You're
but
going
like
minus.
yeah, no, sorry, yeah, you're right. You are minusing. But there were times that I did need to play this card for free just so I had extra energy to use to play other cards. Throw this on top of when you already have like Jackie Chun on board, so you're drawing a card at the end of your turn anyway, so you're making up for that. I think it's a decent card. Worst case, even if there's not something that you can bottom deck this turn, you tap 2 to draw 2, discard 1. I mean, you're just looking through your deck quicker.
You know what I can see use for with this particular card? I could see this being run in Vegito.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Like, you could... So you're basically playing this card, right? You're drawing 2, and you're discarding 1 from your hand, but then this is also going in your drop then too. So you're going 2 into your drop, and then you're cycling those cards out. It's a 2-cost pan, basically.
It's just worse, though, because it's tempo negative.
But I'm saying, like, it went for Vegito when you're trying to get to that 10 in your drop, so you can awaken and be at 20 when you awaken. Like, I could see, like, if you have a means to play this on turn 3, and then being able to, like, bottom deck something or bounce something back to hand to control the board early game. Like, I'm saying there are other cards, like, that are better for Vegito than this. Like, there's obviously the 2-cost Vegeta, but I'm saying, like, if you're not able to, like, this is not a bad card to help get you to that drop count that you need to be at for Vegito.
This also does work with some cards, like, say you have 5-drop Vegeta SR, 5-drop Vegito SCR. You play this on, like, your turn 7 or turn 8 turn, which we all know blue can easily do. You play this, cycle cards to your deck, minus something by 2, play the Vegeta, so then you're able to bottom deck a 6-cost. You're able to bounce a 7-cost back to hand with Vegito. Like, there's some cool play lines there.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
It's
so, like, yeah, I mean, this looks very unplayable, but I am open to being wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I could be completely wrong too. I was just thinking of the discard effect for it, and maybe in the later game, like, you get the benefit from the -2 to bounce something later. Like, I see the value in it. There are better cards in Vegito that will, obviously mill you out to get to where you want to be in your discard. But I think that you could maybe make an argument to running this potentially, compared to the other Vegito card that was announced in this set.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, personally, like I said, my playtesting, this card has put some work in. Now, this could change with more testing. I might find something works a little bit better than this. But so far, I think this card, at least as a 2-of, in Goku, is perfectly fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Then we got Scissors, Paper, Rock. I don't think we necessarily need to go too heavy on this one. 2 cost, activate battle. Your cards that are in a battle get 25,000 power for the battle, and then if you have 7 or fewer in your hand, you draw 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the first 25k power boost extra that blue has, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because the other ones I can think of are like Proud Saiyan, which Proud Saiyan's only defensive card for 20k.
Yeah, this card's great.
Yeah, it's a great card.
Combine this with your secret rare. Oh my god.
Yeah, and like it's
Yeah, I love this.
yeah, it's a pretty good. Then we'll go on to Piercing Sword of Light. One cost. Activate main. If your leader is Vegito, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 with a cost of 4 or less and Saiyan and its special traits and add it to your hand, and then place the rest into its owner's drop. I'm not a fan of extra card searchers, personally. I would rather run regular searchers over this.
Yeah,
I like that it puts 3 in the yard though.
that's the best part of it.
This is not bad.
It puts 3 in the yard?
Yeah, this plus the other 2, and then 1 goes in your hand.
Yep, you're right. You're right. At worst, it puts 4 in there if you don't hit anything.
Well, I mean, that's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I don't
But hey,
hate,
that
I
could
don't
also
hate
be
it.
this thing.
Yeah. It's the fact that it's Vegito specific, I figured this would have like done some like I feel like I would have liked this better if it actually put it in your drop. Oh, it does go in your drop. Wait, what am I thinking about? Oh no, okay, no, I take it back. It's better than I thought it was.
That's why you put 3 in the drop. This card plus the other 2, and then 1 goes in your hand.
Yeah, I was for some reason when I first saw this card, I was like, oh, it's a cycle. It's a searcher, and it goes to the bottom of your deck. I'm like, why? It makes no sense. I wasn't allowed. I can't read. I'm a Dragon Ball fan.
No, no, I think you're right. I think I read that the same way too when I first saw it. Like it's okay. I agree with you. I don't like extra searchers because at least with other searchers I can combo with them in the worst case scenario. With this I can't. So maybe you want to run this like as a 2-of at most in a deck, but that I can't see myself running any more than that.
Yeah, and your basic.
I can see the vision way more easily with this card than I could with the gum card.
Yeah, now that I read this properly and I've seen what this actually does. Yeah, this is actually better than the other one in Vegito. So yeah, I'll completely reverse my statement. I can be.
The art too.
Yeah, the art's pretty cool.
Yeah, very good.
All right, going on to the next one. We got World Tournament Arena. Field card, 2 cost. Activate battle. Discard 1 extra from your hand and switch this card in a battle to rest mode. Your cards that are in a battle get 15,000 power for the battle. I like that this works offensively and defensively. This is like a 10,000 power increase to tournament of power, with the caveat of discarding an extra from your hand.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm not 100% either.
I kind of hate it, but like I don't know.
So in my testing that I did yesterday, I started off with running 3 of these, and I think I only played it in 1 game, and it felt very like it helped out like 1 or 2 attacks, but the fact that you have to discard an extra card from your hand in order to play it, in order to use it, makes it a lot worse than you would hope for. And after playing 1, then yeah, you're basically just using any other copy in your deck as fodder for this card's skill. I eventually ended up taking the card out, and I don't regret it. So I don't see a real purpose in running this card right now.
Okay. At the very least...
Yeah, I hate Tournament Power Arena, so I hate this card.
Oh, really? At least Tournament of Power Arena, like, you don't have to discard anything.
So true.
I think maybe, like, depending on... I mean, we've clearly seen, like, in the current meta that, like, with Super Boo and stuff like that, like, the builds for the deck at the beginning of the season do not equate to what the builds have become towards the later end of the season. So, like, I could see potentially, like, someone finding a build for this where they use this field and they use a proper amount of extras to, like, utilize the discarding effect. Because at the very least, like, at least with an extra card that you're discarding, like, it's a dead card in your hand anyway. So discarding an extra doesn't feel as bad, and you have means to be able to get your extra cards back to your hand if you need them. So I don't know. I think there could be some use later down the line for this, but just based off face value, I do agree with Phil. I have a hard time seeing where this gets played.
Yep.
All right, going on to, this is the one I was talking about, Tim.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Cross Arm Dive, 2 cost. Activate main, you return 1 blue card one blue battle card with a cost of 3 or less in your battle area to your hand, and then play up to one battle card with 3 or less in World Tournament from their traits to your hand. So basically, you have a battle card on your board. You swing with it to get the value off the swing. You play this card potentially for free with the leader ability to then swap cycle that card out, and then you play Nom off of this to self-awaken if you're not awakened, and then you're drawing an extra card.
I guess you can also just like blink the card that you have on board.
Yeah, because there's...
I mean, yeah, you could,
Does that...
you could just play Nom, swing it, blink it back, and then play it again.
Yeah, like what's the value there? Like, is there...
Like, so I made...
If you could play Tien off this, that would be insane. But
yeah.
I don't see it with 3 or less.
So this was where I was agreeing with Phil in saying that it should bounce something on your opponent's board back to hand, so you play something out, because at least like with the crossarm dive technique in the show was like his killing, was like his basically a game ender. It was his fight ender. So it would make more sense thematically if you bounce something off your opponent's board and then you played a 3 cost. But
Disagree. I think the flavor is he's on board, you play crossarm dive, you put him back in your hand because he jumped really high, and then you play him again.
I mean, that's thematic too, yeah.
I think that's what they were going for here.
I see that. And this is where I kind of mentioned the Chaozu, like the Chaozu being on board. Yeah, the Chaozu being on board, you can swing with Chaozu because it's a 20k. You can activate the main ability to discard a extra, or is it discard 1 card or discard an extra?
Discard an extra.
Discard an extra, and then freeze something down your opponent's board, and then bounce it back to your hand so you don't necessarily lose them on board, and then play another 3 cost to then swing in with that 3 cost. I mean, there's some utility with it. I don't know if it's something that you would run a lot of in the deck.
It's tempo negative. If this drew a card too, so it's not too bad. Like, because you're still like losing a card and bouncing a card to your hand, so it is completely tempo negative.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it is a means of cheating out something cheaper. Like you can put out a 3 cost for 2, basically, which isn't terrible.
Yeah. That's true.
So you would at least have an energy open to use an extra if you needed to, or play a cantrip, or like on turn 3.
Oh yeah, because you have to bounce a 3 or less. Okay, so you can play a 1-drop and then like just a cantrip, play this on 2, bounce the cantrip, play a 3. Okay, that's not that bad then.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some utility with this. I don't think I would run this at a full 4 of. I'd probably run maybe 2, just to be cheeky. But I mean, it's all right.
I could see the vision.
I feel like this deck is going to be doing the standard blue thing where it's relatively big brain, and I'm sure that people with much bigger brains than me will be able to figure out how to better play this deck than probably I could. So we got Dodon Wave, 2 cost. Activate battle on your turn. Choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 5 or less in your opponent's battle area. Return it to its owner's hand. Then, if there is a battle card with a cost of 4 or more in your battle area, your cards in a battle get 10,000 power for the battle. For the amount of value you're getting off of this for 2, like this is crazy.
That's huge. Wow, this
Yeah,
card's really good.
There was a game during my testing where I played this with the secret rare, and I was able to bounce 2 5 costs back to their hand and buff my secret rare by 20k. It was good. It was solid.
That seems nuts.
Yeah, that's really good value for what this card does.
Yeah, I love it.
Then we got Sleepy Boy technique.
Hey, there he is.
2 cost. Activate main. Discard 1 card from your hand. Choose up to 2 battle cards with a cost of 5 or less in your opponent's battle area and place them at the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. Correct me, like you can tell me yourself, but despite the fact that you have to discard a card to get this effect, is this just better Sickle because it's cheaper and it's a higher cost value?
No. Because the wording is with a total cost of 5.
Oh.
Yeah, because
No, if
Sickle's a total cost of 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this was if this was like just hit any 2/5 cost, 100% this is better than
Oh, yeah, that'd
Sickle.
be insane.
But yeah, no, this card in particular matchups is really, really good, especially early game where you're just bottom decking like 2 cards, like up to 2 cards a turn. Possibly even no, it is 2 cards a turn. Combine this with that merry-go-round gum that knocks something down by 2. You're hitting, possibly after like 7 cost. Because you're able to knock 7 down to 5, you use this, bounce it, or you can maybe knock something from a 4 cost down to a 2 cost. So now you're able to hit just more cards, or I guess higher number of value there with their total cost. And if you have Jackie Chun on board, you're just drawing a card back, replacing the one you had to discard in order to play it. I think it's good. It's a really solid card.
I like it a lot. I feel like it should not have been restricted to 2 battle cards.
Like, you think it should just be 2 cards?
No, it should just be choose any number of battle cards with total cost of 5 or less.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, it was just like bottom deck your Videl, Sharpener, and like 2 other ones. Like, yes, please. That's what it should have done. But as it's written, I think this card's also just very good.
I was gonna say, how long would it? We went 55 minutes before we talked about Halo Kuin anyway. So
I'm sorry.
We did it. We did it. He's slowly phasing out. Yeah, I like Sleepy Boy Technique. It's a pretty cool card. Wolffang Fist. 2 cost. Activate main. Draw 1 card. Then, if there is a battle card with a cost of 2 or less in your opponent's battle area, choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less in yours, and it gains critical.
What?
This is solid.
I think it's. I think what's so. I don't necessarily know about the 2 or less in your opponent's battle, but like I was thinking, like this is relatively thematic for the Yamcha card we saw. At least this card replaces itself.
Yep.
And a 30k crit on that Yamcha, like this card basically gives Yamcha the +10.
Yes.
I think this card is great early game, and maybe that's why they have the weird cost stipulations, is that this is meant to be played early. Which, if you look at the whole archetype as a whole, there's a whole lot of critical characters that are playable very early. So I think maybe critical was just a big keyword they wanted for this archetype. But as it stands, yeah, I mean, combine this with the Seeker Rare. You combine this with your leader ability where you're discarding 1, play this, drawing 1 to replace the card you just discarded. And you could play another one, if you want to, bust out 2 of these for a turn. Like, there's some really cool play lines with this.
I think on curve, I can see this would be really strong playing on curve if you're able to awaken turn 3, activate your leader ability, discard a card to be able to free play this. You have a Yamcha already on board, turns them into a 30k crit on turn 3, basically. Like I can that'd be your turn 3. So your opponent should have a 2 cost or less on the board. Like I feel like on curve, under the right circumstances, like this card will feel really great, but I feel like it's going to be very situational, like in any other turn.
Yeah, I think this is way too narrow to be good. And why can it only give your battle cards critical? Yeah. Do it.
I mean, I'd rather my battle cards get critical and not my opponent's.
I mean, I'd rather use it on my leader though.
Yeah, no, I can't. the way you worded that, I was like, what other way? But yeah, it's okay. It's fine. And then I think we're getting to the secret rare. Yeah, all right. So final card of the set, we have Son Goku Childhood, who's a 5 cost, 35k power, 0 combo, double striker. On play, during this turn, the next time you use a non-field extra with a cost of 2 or less, after activating the skill, you get to activate that extra skill again. This card's
2
insane.
for 1, baby.
This is really good.
Yeah,
Yep.
the fact that you can discard a card off leader to free play an ability, and then you're basically free playing the skill again. Like it's there's a lot of value that you can get without having to pay the energy for the extra.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
imagine
a
this.
double strike too. Like, oh man, that rock paper scissors or however they worded it, it's just insane with this.
Yeah, it makes it a 60 to 85. Makes it 85.
85, you're right.
And then
5 double strike.
and you draw 2 cards.
What? Yeah, this is insane.
Double Gallic Gun works with this. A double Final Hope works with this. Like,
Yep.
Double Codon Ray. Double Wolfang Fist.
and for the doom and gloomers out there, double short hair works with this.
Oh, yep. Yep, that was a thing I heard a lot about yesterday. Imagine
There's
drawing.
no way this goes in that deck. There's absolutely no way this goes in the deck.
I think people will try to make it work. There's gonna be some masochists out there that are gonna love to bring the pain. I don't know. I mean,
And it should, this card just makes that deck worse. There's no way you're putting this in the deck.
Hey, you know what? People are gonna try. They're gonna try anything they can to keep Halo Coup relevant.
especially with no ban list in effect. Like, yeah, like
I mean, it'll absolutely be relevant. It'll be one of the best decks. So just please put this in the deck. I think it'll just make it worse.
Please do. Halo Coup players, take it from us. Play this card at 4-0.
Yes, please.
but yeah, that's and then we got the alt art. The alt art's pretty cool.
This card's really,
this-
really cool. Should be World Tournament, whatever.
It should be a world tournament. Like that doesn't make sense. But that is going to do it for the.
Is that one of the translation errors? Did they mess up?
No, that's not a translation error. It was only Goma, King of the Erratas.
Ooh, wait, hold on. Show the blue card that's being reprinted though.
The blue card being
The,
reprinted.
yeah, it should be the next one over.
Oh yeah. God, yeah.
Oh, this looks so good.
See,
Yeah, it does look pretty
I
good.
hate that. I hate that I have to buy 4 of these.
I'm going to buy one, and then I'll have one of each art, and then I'll be happy with that. So.
Oh,
Wait, this
I love
is
this
the fourth
text
one?
box too.
Yeah, looks really cool. But yeah, that's going to do it for the blue archetype breakdown, everybody. Phil, Tim, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for having
Absolutely.
What do you guys, starting with Phil, what do you guys got going on in terms of your channels, your content?
Ooh boy. So thank you so much once again for having me on. But what's gonna be happening on my channel is we're gonna be getting back into some more in real life play testing. Check out some of those videos dropping this week. I'll be getting those videos out with my brother, Jamaid. If any of you guys also want to get some practice games in, please let me know. Testing out some of the new archetypes. I have a video dropping tomorrow about specifically this deck, this archetype, and how it's probably going to be the weirdest deck to build out of the 5 new decks that are releasing this set. Every other deck or archetype seems pretty straightforward and pretty, easy to build or easy to follow. I feel like this deck in general is just going to be super weird, like with the ratio, figure out what ratios, if we want to go full archetype or not, or if we just want to go like generic good blue with a lot of the new extras that we got this set. There's just going to be a lot of really weird ways to build this, or a lot of different ways to build this, I should say. But yeah, I'm going to try to be cranking out more content, more gameplay videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Very cool. Tim, what do you got going on?
You can find me at TarmoTim on YouTube and Twitch. I play this game.
Yeah, you do.
Short and sweet, like it. All right, guys. But all of their links are going to be down in the description below if you guys want to go and check them out. But that will do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for this hour-long video. Like and subscribe for more Fusion World content if you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.